Hello everyone and welcome to another scrapbook layout share. Normally I don't do these type of videos back to back, but I'm very excited because a brand new catalogue, the October to December 2022 catalogue, and as you can see on the cover it has one of my favorite themes of paper ever, and it's a Christmas collection. So I really can't wait to share with you what I've created with this. I'm going to do a flip through of all the projects that I've made using this wonderful Christmas story paper. I'm going to show you a little bit of it in the catalogue here. So with this workshop there's going to be 6 page layouts, so 3 double page spreads, and I'm also going to show you 10 cards that I've made with this today. So this is a scrapbook layout share, but it's also a card share, and it will also show you my favorite things out of this new catalogue. I wanted to show you some completed projects. So let's just open this catalogue and have a quick look at the Christmas Story collection. It's very traditional colours. I love the papers. They are a darker tone, and I love this dark background with the Scandi type pattern. You can see a little section of it here, and I really love the traditional look to this. I can't actually show you the stickers because I've used them throughout and I've already peeled them off, but you can see there are some little gold accents here on them, and that really makes them pop. You can get this with coordinating cardstock, and there's also a die cut pack that you can get for embellishments with this, but I haven't actually used these on the pages. You can see here there are some acrylic shapes, and there's also 3 sheets of coordinating die cuts. So there's some gold glitter, black paperboard and printed paperboard, and the acrylic shapes you can see here, it's easier to show you here, they do layer on top of some of the die cut embellishments, so that gives you a lovely layered look with that. And I've also brought in from our core catalogue the red dots and also some wooden stars. So I have used the wood grain stars, so it gives you a picture here of the floral elements that you can get, but you can get an idea here that everything that is on this page, alphabet letters, numbers, hearts, stars, arrows, brackets, flowers and buttons, are all available in 4 different products. So you can get it in white acrylic, rainbow acrylic, black die cut and wood grain die cut. And you can see this is the wood grain die cut that I've used within the Christmas Story pack, and it's a lot thinner, and you just push these out, and this is a lot thinner than using the actual wooden shapes. So for those people that don't like a lot of bulk on their scrapbook layouts, this is an ideal product. So when you look at this, don't think of them like the old ones that were quite thick. These are all much thinner, and it still gives you that lovely wood grain effect. The other things I wanted to point out with Christmas Story before I go and share all the projects that I've made, there are the PML cards, which are gorgeous and will team beautifully with these papers. And there's also a digital art collection. As usual with each collection of papers and prints and everything, there are coordinating stamp sets. This one is a card making stamp set and thin cuts, and I've used that on the cards. This one is the scrapbooking stamp and thin cuts, and I've used some elements from here on the cards as well. And of course there's a scrapbooking workshop, so this will give you 3 double page spreads and will give you instructions to make all of these pages. And this includes some exclusive die cut pieces that are gold glitter and like a craft type cut as well, and some exclusive papers. And here's the card making workshop, this gorgeous mason jar with some wonderful leaf and sprig die cuts to go with it as well. So I'm not going to flip through this whole new catalogue. What I want to do is actually show you the projects that I have made. So here's the first layout that I've done with this. You'll notice that I have quite a bit of white space here, and I've done that because I really like this sort of style of scrapbooking. It gives the eye a place to come in when you've got white space around there. I don't necessarily fill in everything with papers with my style of scrapbooking, and I think it makes these papers, these printed papers, really pop on the page and makes them look quite fresh. You can see I've used a thin cut here, and you'll see I've used that in the cards as well. This is a layered thin cut, so you get the outline and the base layer, and there's also a word merry as well, which you can die cut as well. I love the stickers with this, adding a little bit of ink blending on the end to make this sticker stand out a little bit. I didn't want to try and fussy cut a scarlet mat around that. It was easier just to do some ink blending, and adding some gold glitter strips just on the edge. These are like 1/16 wide, but gold glitter is quite easy to cut on a trimmer. It's not fiddly to do at all. So I've used quite a lot of these 16th inch strips throughout my projects that I'm going to show you. The poinsettias are lovely, and you can see that I have added dimension. Even though this part here is stuck to the page, I've put foam tape underneath to have this pop up just a little bit to give a little bit of dimension. So layout 2 is a banner type layout. I have been wanting to do this style of banner type border for quite some time, and I've been waiting for Christmas to come and the Christmas collections to come out so that I can do this. I've varied the banner treatments all the way across the page. So some are bent back and they have foam tape underneath them to give a bit more of a lift to the fold. Some I have just simply cut on an angle, and then the others I've given them more traditional dovetail look to them. But I love the mixing and matching of this, and tucking the star elements underneath it as well just gives this a really fun sort of border. I have put this at the bottom of the layout. I found with it at the top it made it very top heavy, so having my photos at the top and this border treatment to me just sat better with the layout of the page. And then I brought this banner treatment up to the top area here as well, and you can see with the banner going across here I've used the patterns on both sides and alternated them. So you can see the stripe that is on the reverse side of the dot. This plaid is on the reverse side of this mink sprig type pattern paper. And the two darker papers, they're back to back. So this one has a pine base and this one has a black base. And you can see I've lifted these a little bit by putting some red Christmas stickle dots on them where the berries are. And I'm hoping you can pick up the shine from the foil treatment on the stickers. You can see there are little stars here, there from the stickers as well. And just by mixing those with the wood grain stars, the stickers and the enamel dots, I think that creates a lovely little cluster up in this element here and around the elements of the stickers as well. It makes everything look like it sort of belongs. And this zip strip has to be one of my all-time favorite Christmas zip strips. All of the reindeers are listed there, so it was a really fun page to put this one together. I really enjoyed doing this layout. Layout 3 has a lovely big banner going across, so this has been dovetailed, the Nutcracker I Love, and also this Deck the Halls title here. You can see because I've prepared this with the stickers, I actually leave some of the carrier sheet on there so I'm able to slide my photos in underneath, and then I can peel that away and adhere them to the page properly. But this has everything all ready to go for my photos. I really like doing large photo mats for a grid type layout of photos. It gives these photos somewhere to belong, and then I don't have to cut all the little photo mats for each one, but I like a big panel like this to anchor something like a grid format for photo placements. So they're the 6 layouts or 3 double page spreads that I've done, and I'm going to bring in the cards. And while I'm doing that, I wanted to just mention very quickly that the Creative Design team's 31 Days of Christmas Card event is currently open for registration. This is the last day, so as this video goes public, you've really only got a few hours to do that, but I will put the link below for registration. Now, when I was creating these cards, because I ordered all of these stamp sets, I really wanted to make these cards to show off everything that I had bought. So I will leave details about all the workshop. I've got a guide for all of this, and I'll have a link below to that as well. Just bear in mind that I don't expect people to buy everything that I buy. You can dive into your stash and substitute other stamp sets to do this. I don't know if you're like me, anytime there is a new wreath that comes out, I really have to have it. I love this one and how it looks stamped and heat embossed. This one is gold heat embossed, and this one is white heat embossed onto scarlet paper, but it is a gorgeous wreath, so I just had to have that one. This train set is probably one of my favorite stamp sets out of this new catalogue. It's so much fun, and because it has the die cuts with it, it's very easy to do. And I've actually cut a little slit through here with like a craft scalpel so that I can tuck the presents inside here to make it look like it's carrying the gifts. And it has the little smoke, but I've fussy cut those pieces out. There's not a die cut for that, but I wanted to have the little puffs of smoke. This is the November stamp of the month, and it's a snowflake mandala, and it just stamps so beautifully. This is another white heat embossed element, and you can see here this Merry Christmas, that is a thin cut set. So you've got the Merry, you've got the Christmas base and the overlay part, and it just looks fabulous on a slimline card with the poinsettia from the sticker sheet from the paper pack behind it. All the papers that you can see on these cards, they are from the Christmas Story collection. The other items I wanted to point out that I've used from this catalogue, there is an embossing folder and it comes with stencils. So you can run this through your embossing machine, and I'm hoping you can pick up the embossed areas of this, and then you can put the stencils over the top. There are 2 stencils, and you can ink through those to get the colour onto the images. So you can get 2 different colours, or you can do some masking to get 3 different colours on there. This reindeer, I think he looks absolutely gorgeous, and I've given him a little bit of bling in amongst the holly here, and this has all been done with Distress Oxide inks as well. And I'll refer to a video that I've done where I've shown how to stamp in Distress Oxide inks and use a water brush to help with the colouring. It's very gentle colouring. I wanted to leave some white areas on here, so I haven't done too much water to the areas, but I will, as I said, put a link below to a video that I've shared in real time how to get this effect. You can also see some white stars here, and that's because I've actually turned the wood grain stars over. This is what the wood grain stars look like when you adhere them what is the correct side up, but when you flip them over, you can create white little stars. So you don't have to stick with the wood grain if you think a little bit of white would make a card or a project pop a little bit better. So I'm just going to bring the layouts back in again. I hope you've enjoyed the walkthrough of all the projects that I have created using one paper pack and sticker sheet, with all the scrapbooking layouts and also with the cards. And it's also a little bit of a peek at all of the stash that I just had to get with the new catalogue. You can see here there are 4 stamp sets that I haven't used within these pages, but I wanted to share them with you so you knew what was coming in the catalogue. The winter borders are gorgeous. I love these background pattern stamps, harmonious patterns. I couldn't resist this set, I'd rather be reading. I think this book club type thing is really, really cool. And even though I don't have a cat, I know people that I can make cards for that will really love having this stamped image on their card. You can see this is the Christmas snowflake mandala that you saw in one of the projects, the Christmas Story card making, and the Christmas Story scrapbooking stamp sets with thin cuts. And just bear in mind, when you're looking at these sets that have got the blue outlines on them, you will know that there are dies or thin cuts so that you can cut these images out, but you can purchase these as a standalone item. You don't have to get the thin cuts if you're happier just to stand direct onto your pages, or if you want to fussy cut them out. There's my favourite one, the Holiday Express. I love this train. The embossing folder, and I wanted to show you the thin cut so you can see the layers here. There's the solid base of the Christmas. This is the one that cuts out the overlay, and this of course is the Merry. If you want to check out exactly what I've used, I'll take these ones away so that you know these are the ones I'm going to be linking to. I'm going to be using those other ones in future projects. I know this workshop guide is a little bit different from what I normally do, but I wanted to combine scrapbooking layouts with cards, and part of me wanted to do it this way because I really wanted to start playing with all these new Christmas goodies that I've got. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope to see you next time. Happy crafting, and bye for now.